What's up, y'all? This Nick from Bringing the Business, man. Hey, I just want to come on here and give my reaction to the Bama game yesterday. I know on the show that me and BC did at the Linga Martini Bar, I said I had Bama by 7 because I said it was going to be a close game. Hey, and I was right. It was a close game, and it was by 7. Just the team I wanted to win didn't win. You know what I'm saying? So, but my reaction from that is it just looked like Bama wasn't ready. Like they had a month to prepare for this team, and it's like they wasn't ready. Like I don't know if like BC was saying like they gonna win the game in the trenches. It seemed like Michigan won in the trenches. They was running the ball on them. They was stopping Bama's run, and then the man-to-man defense that Bama was trying to do. Like, what are you doing? Like, I mean, these are top level, you know what I'm saying, college receivers. And the way Jim Harbaugh and his staff uh, scheduled up, or you know what I'm saying, wrote up those plays, man, they was killing them, man. They doing crossing routes, man on man coverage, defense trying to pass off the man to the other person, but it's happening too fast in front of their face. It was, and then I also said if Justin Milroe don't have a game, we ain't gonna win. And he was struggling. They sacked him 5 times in the first half. I want to say shit in the first quarter, but probably wasn't the first quarter. But in the first half, he got sacked 5 times. Like offensive line wasn't holding up, defensive line wasn't doing their job. The secondaries was confused. You know, our discipline was off. It was like, and you can't say this much about Nick Saban's team, but he was greatly outcoached in that game. Greatly outcoached. I even thought, like, you know, if there was some adjustments, you know, coming back into the second half of the game, but I just feel like, man, they got greatly outcoached. Yeah, I mean, but it was a good game, though. Like, I seen something where FSU players or whatever was saying, you know, Bama lost, you know what I'm saying? But it was a great game, though. Like, you can't take that away from them. Like, 20-27 in an overtime win, that was must-see TV in a football game, in a semifinal round. That's what you want to see as a football fan. Now, I'm a Bama fan. Of course, I wanted them to win. But overall, it was just a great game. You know what I'm saying? It was punches being thrown back and forth. You know, a couple calls that should have been called, you know what I'm saying? Like the roughing the punter, that should have been called. Because, you know, even though he looked away, you can look away and still hit somebody. Cause, like, you know what you're doing. You know how close you are. But, I mean, let's just say it was an accident, but it still should have been called regardless. But that's not going to make or break the game, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, it was calls that, you know, but it's going to be calls in every game that should have been made. But FSU talking about, yeah, look at the Bama loss. Yeah, a close game. And a good game at that. FSU, you would have got in there without your starting quarterback and got blown the fuck out. Everybody been like, by halftime, everybody been going to get some chips or get some food or whatever. And, you know, doing something else, because, like, why are we watching this? Why are we watching this blowout game? Because the way Michigan was playing yesterday, oh, y'all would get blown out. Easily got blown out. Michigan came with their A game. Defensively, offensively, they came with their A game. Now, special teams, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to say all phases, but on defensive side and the offensive side of the ball, they did their thing. And there's nothing you can say about that. And FSU, if you want to sit here and say, like, oh, man, Bama lost and y'all put them in there. Yeah, we did lose. Had to go off to Michigan for winning that game and being a dominant team in that game yesterday. But you all had no chance. With what I seen yesterday that Michigan did, you all had no chance of winning that game at all. A 7-point game in overtime, the game would have probably been over with by the second, third quarter with you all. And I'm being generous by saying the third quarter. There's no way y'all would have been in that game. No way. It's no way y'all would have been in that game. And I'm just saying, and it goes to respect to saying, like, no, I'm not saying that you all a bad team because you all won good games against good competition. But you do have to factor in the fact that you all lost your starting quarterback. You have to factor that in. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have the same product that's going to hit the field in a semifinal game up into going into the national championship that you all would have had if he didn't get hurt. You have to be honest with yourself. I get that you want to be in there because you all played great games and stuff and you all won, but you all have to be honest with yourself. Like, it would have been no competition. Like, so why even post something like that? When you know, if you watch the game, you know you watched a great game. You know you watched a great back and forth. So what are you posting like, oh, they lost still. Y'all should have put us in there. Why? What for? You all would have lost the game in worse fashion. So why? So explain to me why. Somebody tell me. Somebody leave a comment. Somebody tell me why would FSU would have been a better opponent for Michigan in yesterday's game than Bama. It wouldn't have been. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't have been. But to go off of that, it was a great game. As a football fan, obviously I'm a Bama fan, but as a football fan, it was a great game. You know what I'm saying? It really was. Great back and forth, must see. You couldn't really leave the TV because they were going back and forth the whole game. But my fair assessment is, and I hate to say this because I'm a Alabama fan, tried and true, born in Tuscaloosa, Pop still living there, still got uncles and aunties and cousins and all type of people down there in Tuscaloosa. I hate to say it, but Nick Saban and his staff got out coached. That's the only way I could put it. And you know what? I could say, man, I just think this year they defense, and it's been several years that I have said this though, like they defense just wasn't as dominant as it normally is. You know what I'm saying? Like it's holes, that people can pick out. And normally you can't say that about an Alabama defense, especially if under Nick Saban. So, I know we'll get it together. You know what I'm saying? I ain't worried about it because we in the talks every year. So I ain't worried about it. But just yesterday, we got greatly outcoached and it showed. But shouts out to Michigan. I hate to say that. But shouts out to Michigan for winning a very close game, a very well-battled game, and on to the national championship against Washington. Hey, I'm not going to pick right now. I'm going to be honest, I didn't really watch most of that Washington game. It was a close game, but I didn't really watch it. So I'm going to have to go back, kind of watch some film on Washington, go back, because, you can always watch both games again. So I'm going to go back, watch the film on Washington, go back and watch the Michigan game. Even though I've seen it, I kind of want to, see what I see before I make a pick on that national championship game. And I am going to put some chips on it too. You know what I'm saying? So whoever I pick, because I was right. In a sense, I was right. I wasn't 100% right, but I was right about the point total though. I was right. I said by 7. I said it was going to be a close game by 7. So I'm going to put some chips on this national championship game. I don't normally bet because I hate losing money, but I'm going to put some chips on this national championship game. I'm going to come back and let you all know what I think about the Washington and Michigan game and tell you who I pick and tell you what my point differential is. And check us out, man. Like I said, we coming, man. We gonna be on YouTube. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on Instagram, TikTok. Hey, we gonna keep coming, man. Appreciate you all for checking us out. Peace.